I say shut up? Bet that rooster will think twice before crowing tomorrow morning. Coffee's ready, guys. Let's start the show. Good morning, everybody. Here we are, Monday. It's going to be a hot one. How's everybody this morning? I hope you're all well. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Let's see who's come to hang out this morning. And then we've got the lovely Sage. Good morning. Are you doing your checks, getting ready for your sunrise? Hello, Pomp. Thanks for the like and the shared. I appreciate it. I hope you're well today. Good morning, Roger. Roger's going to kick back and enjoy a cooler weather and hang out and listen to the show. That's wonderful. Miss Janice. Hello, Janice. How are you? Girly. How are you? Good morning. There's Miss Pinky. How are you feeling today, darling? Hope you are well. And let's see. I think look at Laura looking all hot. Yeah. It's me in the pool. Yes. Figured, just the pool scene would help cool everybody off. See that we got the desert there. It's going to be a hot one today. And I'm going to be going in the pool later. And good morning to all the lurkers. Let's put the chat up on the screen. Kapow. There it is. So we can see everything and hopefully not miss anybody or anything that's being said. So did everybody survive the weekend? I hope so. It was a bit oppressive here. And I didn't really get too much done. And of course, you could tell by the sound of my voice, I still have the head cold. It just won't go away. It's not as bad, but I still got the cough. But apparently that's what I heard, that with this head cold, the cough lasts like forever. So, oh, God. See, the older I get, the more I understand why roosters just scream to start their day. Yeah. Roosters, pains in the butts. Let's make some noise. All right. Pop is ready to rock and roll today. Good for you. Janice is at an early doctor appointment. Ugh. So I'll be listening. I'm well. Thank you. Oh, okay. Get it done. Get it out of the way. Get home. I know I've got one Wednesday. Oh, I'm not looking forward to it. But, you got to do the yearly checkup just to shut them up because it drives me nuts. I find it a nuisance. If I'm not sick, I don't want to go. Okay, yeah, I have a head cold, but, I don't need to go to the doctor for that. Oh, Pomp, 10 months. Wow, 10 months. We have to say a thank you for that. Thank you, sir, for being a supporter and a member of the group for 10 months. Yeah! Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. It really means a lot. Roger, yeah, I know. We just get done putting up the new pool, getting it filled with water, and Laura wakes up with a head cold. So it's been a little over a week now that I've had it. And I'm just impatient. I know it's got to run its course, and I'm pretty good most of the day, all day long. But then when you go to lay down to go to sleep, that's when you start coughing and choking. But I have to say, I actually had a decent night's sleep last night, and that's been months. So that's reason to celebrate right there for me. Where I only got up twice during the night. Yeah. Let's see. Pinky's next Wednesday. One son moves out, and in 3 weeks, another moves out. Going to be only 3 of us living here. Oh boy, the herd's thinning, huh? And then soon it'll just be you and your husband. And then you'll go through empty nest syndrome like all of us mamas do, which really stinks. My son was over yesterday and I was joking with him. They brought stuff for the barbecue that we had. And my son's putting stuff in the fridge. And my husband goes, "What are you doing in there? You don't live here no more." And I said, "Oh, yeah. Didn't he tell you he's moving back in?" Couldn't, said make some noise. Couldn't hear a thing. Can you hear it? Can you hear me now? Can you hear us now? I know 10 months. Time goes by so quickly. It really does. You don't realize it. It's like, you just started doing these things, and next thing you know, it's like a year or two go by, and it's really quick. So we'll see how things go. Like the new channel I started, and the first run was last night. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought it was a good idea to separate the miniatures from this channel, so I'm starting all over again. So hopefully I don't stress it out too much. I'm extremely frustrated and get out. You re-injured your finger. Oh my God. You know what? It's just going to be, you're just going to have to baby that hand. It's just going to be a weak point. You're just, oh my God, it's going to be. So now you're starting all over again with that. Wrap it up. Good Lord. Sage, though, you sound like me. You finally get something to where it's feeling good, and then what do? You smack it. And you're hopping around swearing. That's me. Totally me. It's not good. I had a toe that took forever to heal after I cut it clipping my nails. Yeah, it's just, or it's, you especially, yeah, if you get like an ingrown toenail or something, and that's the toe you always hit. Or if you smashed a toe or something or stubbed it, that's the one you always hit. I don't know, man. It stinks. But yeah, those sort of injuries take forever to fully heal. They do. They really do. And it's hard because you've got to use the hands. My sister goes through that too because my sister works in retail. She's a manager and she has to sometimes unload the trucks and stuff. And she always gets injured. And then what do? You end up smacking the injury. She's got this big, huge bruise on the top part of her arm. Looks awful. I think, what the hell did you do? She goes, at work. I hit my arm at work. So what does she do that whole week? Just keeps hitting that spot where the big bruise was. So yeah, it's like everything gravitates towards the weak point. Oh, see here. Apparently it's a weak point now. It takes offense to me doing anything. I should listen to it and just quit doing things. That's all. That's all. Just sit there and rest it on a pillow. Don't move it. But it sounds like that's what's going to be. It's just going to be a weak spot. I picked up a jar in the bathroom and that's all it took. Oh no. So it's back to taping it up. Back to flipping people off. It's the one consolation, right? But I totally get it. It's annoying. It's like with my thumb. I have thumb on my right hand. And there's one spot. It must be a nerve. And I can't open jars with that hand because the way the jar sits on that one, hits that one spot. And I get like a stabbing pain that shoots through the whole thumb. And then it goes numb. And I always forget. And I always try to open a jar with that hand. And yep, hit that spot every time. We just don't learn. That's what it is. Or you've got something that's injured and then one of your pets end up stomping on it or laying on it, or yeah. That's the dog does that to me all the time. She had jumped up on me and she had cut the cuticle on my toe when she landed. So all that day she'd come up, she was kept stomping on that toe. And I'm thinking, Jesus, give it a break, will you? Yeah, back to the unicorn. That's right. How's it going, folks? Huh? Tape it up, put a brace on it, do something. I badly injured my finger when I was drunk. I didn't remember doing it and woke up with throbbing. I realized what I'd done when I nearly did it again. I trapped it in the bar with fire exit. Oh man, that must have hurt. Oh wow, that must have hurt. I've done that. Roger was doing some swearing. Oh man. See, prime example. You know, it's you opening the door and that's the one finger that gets caught in it. Oh God. I mean, I don't like I've told you guys like that before. I'm like that kind of person where you walk past something, you go, "Oh, I better be careful because if I hit that, it's gonna leave a bruise, like a corner of a piece of furniture or something." And it's like I curse myself because I end up walking right into it or tripping over something. You know, you think about it and it happens. I will myself into disaster. Apparently, that was the thing. I was too darn drunk to feel it. Ah, God, yeah, but the next day. The next day was there to remind you, Roger, look what you did. The pain hangs out. Or you got an injury and you're in bed and, you know, you're trying to keep the injured part away from your partner. And what do? They roll over and kick you right where the injury is. My husband does it to me all the time. I'm like, son of a bitch, it hurts. Hey, Ghost Quest. I'm always smashing my toes, always. I'm my own worst enemy. Just a hot mess. And I think my dog is out to kill me. I think that's what's going on. She's got those twisted ropes with the ball on the end, and it's always under my feet. No matter where I go, I trip on that thing. You ain't got no toes, Uncle Junk. Tell him, Elvis. Yeah, tell him, Elvis. So yeah, I think my dog's out to get me. And don't make a difference what room I'm in. That one specific toy shows up under my feet. So yeah, how was everyone's weekend? Good. Yeah, I hope everybody had a good weekend. What did everybody do? Anything fun? Did anybody go out and do any kind of adventuring? Me, just the usual, hanging out around here, trying to get stuff done, and then setting up for the new channel yesterday, getting the show ready. And then later, I have a meeting with a couple that I have been asked to officiate for them for their wedding next month. So I have to go have a one-on-one with them later tonight. So that should be an interesting evening. Let's see. A few years ago, I fell off a bike and got gravel in my finger and got a piece stuck my knuckle, and it healed and grew a huge lump in my finger. Had to have it removed. Yes, they haven't actually. I have a relative that it happened to. Um, they were drinking and then they were riding snowmobiles on a gravel road, and he fell off and got road rash. And he had gravel all like in his on the side of a whole side of his body, total raw. They had to surgically remove all the gravel in his side. Did it to himself. Sore as AF from Deep Clean, like deep. Well, you could come here because I got a bunch of stuff that needs a deep clean. You got that kind of energy. Come on down. I've been putting it off. Because it usually ends up putting me in bed for a few days after I do the deep clean. But you got to do it, otherwise it gets nasty. Especially when you have pets, hair everywhere, and it drives me insane. So I've got to do it. My back hallway, I got to get my butt out there and vacuum because I have rug in the back hall, and it collects. Doesn't look attractive. Of course, we couldn't get out too much yesterday until after the afternoon. We had the big road race that came through here, the Boilermaker. So from 6 o'clock in the morning until noon, pretty much everybody that's on the race route is stuck in their homes because you got 10,000 people running down the street. It is an amazing event. And of course, as I predicted, a Kenyan won. They always win. They're amazing runners. They really are. It's a magical thing to watch. One of the funny things was that, and everybody lines this, people from the village will line the main street, which is, in front of my house. So they'll set up lawn chairs and stuff on your lawn. And my husband left the porch door open so the dog could bark and scare the crap out of the people. My husband thinks that's so funny, which actually it is. Because they're all panicking, trying to figure out where the dog is. Trying to balance it with having Gavin. I've had to tell him no a lot because he likes, we can play games, we can go swimming, can we get my friends, and we could play board games. So you've got him for a couple weeks now, or just because I know you guys had like a schedule set up where he was going away, or he already did. He went away to go visit Grandpa, correct? And now you've got him back, which is great. Of course, he'll be going back to school pretty soon. You guys go back to school sooner than the kids here. I was picking gravel out of my hands last year after I fell in a car park and got it all out, but my hands took a while to recover as I sprained them. Oh my goodness. Boy, you're dangerous with yourself too, Roger. Pretty much everybody in chat, we have to wrap up in bubble wrap so that we can make it through our day. Oh, God. The last time I fell down was in a parking lot. Coming out of a store, I stepped off the curb and didn't know that there was a pothole right where I was stepping. And I rolled my ankle and down I went. And my parents and my husband were with me. And apparently I passed out for a second. Because when I realized, I'm like, what the hell? Next thing I know, I'm on the ground. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Tore my knee up. Oh, it was blood all over. Went back in the store, asked them for something to clean it up. They go, what happened? Of course, they start to panic. Well, I fell in a pothole that you got out there. I had to fill out an accident report. They're afraid I was going to sue them. And of course, then the next time that we went to that parking lot, they had it all taped off so nobody would step in it. Yeah, because they were afraid. They were sweating it. They thought I was going to sue. I didn't sue. I wasn't paying attention, and I fell. Of course, I could have got away with it, made some money, but I don't do that stuff. I mean, if I broke something, that would have been different. Then they would have had to pay the medical bill, but just banged up the knee. I could see it now, the bubble wrap Olympics. Yeah, exactly. All that popping. Or we could wear those suits. Those suits that they have out that you could be like a giant sumo wrestler. Or the giant bubbles, where you get into the bubble and you can roll around and stuff in it. Maybe we get those. We'll have our own little bubble Olympics and we'll be the bubble people. Because apparently we're a danger to ourselves. We're getting to that age where if we have falls as opposed to falling over. Oh, yeah. I know. Isn't it terrible? Well, like I said, when I fell, it was like, I did. I think I just like blacked out for a second. Because my father goes, what the hell was going on? You were kind of like rolling around on the ground. I said, I don't know. I go, what the hell happened? I didn't hit my head that I know of. It was just really weird. Very weird experience. Normally when you fall, you're like, okay, oh shit, I fell, and you know what's going on. I had no idea what the hell happened. It was really strange. If I do that the entire day, he would be asking if we are finished yet and what's the reward over and over and over. Before now, he gets it. Oh, you get him until Friday. He goes back to school on the 5th. Oh, wow. It's so soon already. So make that last week a good one. Poor kids got to go back to school already. Getting older, more fragile. Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is, Roger. It's a long way down. Well, don't worry. Soon you'll start to shrink. You get to that certain age and then you start shrinking. Then you're like, arguing with the doctor. No, I'm still 5'11". Nope, you lost an inch. Everything starts to compact. We're shrinking up. Of course, then when you get older and when you do fall, then they have to do the assessment. Okay, did I break anything? Hip, knee. Making sure everything works before you stand up. Well, like with this heat has been my poor dad. He can't even go outside. I tell him, nope, you don't need to go out. It's too hot. I don't want you to get overheated. And it's driving him nuts because he likes to go outside and putter around. So usually he sneaks out there really early in the morning before it starts to heat up. And I got to hear about it every day and how hot it is inside the shed. He has to open the shed. Oh, it was 130 degrees in there. Well, don't go in there. Stay the hell out of there. We're not a menace to society. We're a menace to ourselves. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. Hey, Wobbler, good morning. Or afternoon, I think it would be for you. Yeah, how are you today? We're talking about how pathetic we are and how we fall down and hurt ourselves. For crying out loud, I trip over nothing. Have guys, anybody do that? Trip over nothing? I trip going upstairs. I'm just a hot mess. I think all three of us worked on recovering after Mom's fall Friday. Yeah, oh, it takes a lot out of you. Yeah. How is she doing? She okay? Hopefully she's good and ready to fight another day. It's so hard on them. It really is, because it's just like us. Nobody wants to get older. Nobody wants to get, dependent on somebody else to help them to do things. And it's very hard to give up your independence. I trip over air. Yeah, that's me too. I trip over nothing. It's like, what the hell? There's nothing there. What the hell they trip on? I'm good for doing it. we all trip over nothing. Hey, but who knows? Maybe it is something. We just don't see it. Look at it that way. Maybe we got spooks hanging around us and they're tripping us and laughing, saying, look at that idiot. So do I, Pinky. I trip on going up the stairs. I bitch. I actually owned a pair of slippers one time. Every time I put them on, I would trip going up the stairs, trip wearing them outside. That's it. I threw them out. It was the slippers. I'm not always a train wreck. Just kidding. Toot toot. Yeah. Hey Pam. Good morning. Good morning. You're not supposed to be damaging yourself. It hurts. I know. We don't listen though. We just don't listen. I don't fall over much these days, but it's hard to trip over when you're in a wheelchair. You know what? Yeah, you could tip over though. Yeah, you hit something and it flops you over to the side. It can happen. How's Pam this morning? Who knew the air would be so dangerous? Exactly. I once fell out of my office chair and knocked myself out on the corner of the subwoofer. Oh, ow. I don't know what happened. I just remember waking up on the floor. Oh my God, Roger. Oh my God. Have you ever leaned back in like your chair and you realize you went too far and then all of a sudden you're rolling over, ass over tea kettle. You're just like, oh my God. And you got to laugh because you just did it to yourself. How was Cree this morning? Good morning, Cree. I'm such a klutz. I've always been. My mom says, I reckon that I didn't name you Grace. I know. Well, that's why my husband calls me a bottle ass. Because I do. I just. I attract the disaster. I'm scared to fall. Doctor says I need double hip replacement, so I'll break. Oh God, yeah, no, don't fall. Actually, I just found out a cousin of ours who's younger than me. He's in his early, mid-50s, I think. Had to have both hips replaced. He played football as a teenager, and he's a football coach now. And yeah, it destroyed his hips. He had to have his hips replaced. But now he can walk with no pain. So, see, I've fallen out of the chair once or twice. You know, they haven't. With my mother, we had to put her in a chair. I had to make up a seatbelt harness for her because she would lean forward and want to roll out. And I'm thinking, oh my God. And I was so worried about her smacking her face. So yeah, I pretty much had to strap her down. I can't repeat what Mrs. Swamble calls me. I'm sure it's a good one. Excuse me, my God. Pinky, did everything work out? Did you and your son get everything worked out? I hope so. I didn't hear from you, so I'm assuming everything went well. What a lovely young man. It was nice to talk to him. I was just talking about wheelchairs. That my father was just floored by, because the road race that we have here every year, there is a wheelchair division. And boy, I'm telling you, those guys can cruise on those wheelchairs in that race. I wouldn't want to step out in front of them. They'd probably kill you because they're going so fast. And my father is just amazed. He goes, their arms must be just amazingly strong because some of the race is uphill. So imagine doing that in a race. That is really cool. And some of them do it in regular wheelchairs. They don't have the race chairs. So that's even harder. And they do it though. My dad once tried to kick a kid's ball back to them. And when he was over at the park with his dog, he fell over and broke his hip. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, you got to be careful. There's like one time my grandmother was visiting long time ago, and we were playing what is it, gammon in the whatever the hell it is. You know what I'm talking about. In the backyard, she slipped on the grass and fell and broke 3 ribs. You get old, everything gets brittle. It's hard to stop the chair once you get sped up. Yeah, well, I'm telling you, it's amazing. The race is amazing. And then my father's saying, "Oh, their hands." They go, "Well, no, Dad, they got gloves on, so that it helps them slow the chairs down." They go flying by here. It's pretty amazing to watch. I didn't watch much of it yesterday. I was just too tired. So I just looked out the window and said, "Oh yeah, there's the races on. There's everybody." And because I was gonna film some of it for you guys, but I couldn't wake up. I was exhausted. Oh, yours has a seatbelt? Yeah, my mom's didn't have one. So I had to I got industrial strength Velcro straps. And we attached it to the chair, and then I crisscrossed it and given her some room so she could move around, but not all the way forward. And so I did like a harness. Worked beautifully. So I kept her from falling out, and I'm surprised it didn't come with a seatbelt, but it didn't have one. She's pretty bruised and banged up. Oh, poor sweetie. Well, tell her she's got to sit still today. She's got to sit still. Yeah, that's nice. Get a drink with an umbrella. Those are always the fun drinks. You wear gloves? Okay. The fingerless ones, Wobbler? Yeah, so that, you can use them kind of like an assistance to being a brake. Well, we still have Mom's wheelchair, and the kids will get in it and race around the house in it. I'll tell you something. They're comfortable. I mean, I wouldn't want to be, in one anytime soon. I know I'm probably going to end up in one when I get old, but holy crap, are they comfortable? I've got a friend that's disabled, and she's got a really nice one. I go visit, I sit and I go, "Oh, wow. This makes my back feel so good." I said, "Why can't they make regular chairs this comfortable?" They're supposed to be contacting Mom to make our wheelchair. It'll fit through the doors. It's been 6 weeks and I haven't heard a thing. We called twice on it. Yeah, they're real speedballs, aren't they? Call them up again and say, "Excuse me, but you guys want to get a move on? She needs the damn chair." We called, my mom was in the hospital. They were going to do a walker, and then the therapist recommended the wheelchair would be better. So they ordered it. We had it within 2 days. And it's a good thing that they did because, yeah, that mom's legs didn't work after the fall. So the walker would have been worthless. And see, the way the insurance is set up, they're either going to pay for the walker or the wheelchair. You had to pick one. So we were thinking future, but get the wheelchair. So my dad didn't get stuck having to pay for it. I'm having IBS issues. So okay, but not too active. Pretty much normal. Oh, good. I know IBS is a nuisance, isn't it? My place is built for the disabled, so the chair fits through all the doors. Yeah, we had to actually rearrange the whole downstairs so that we could get my mother through. Move furniture, because it's stuff you don't think about until you got to move a chair through there. So we cleared the path the whole way, and then I used to like race car her around the house. It's hilarious. Just trying to get her, get her stirred up. Thanks for sharing those, Pinky. I appreciate it. Yes, the new channel. If you guys would please subscribe so we can get the numbers up. I've transferred all of the miniature and arts and crafts over to its own channel. Trying to keep this one strictly, the Brew crew and the paranormal. So pretty much starting all over again on the new channel. And that's why I was letting everybody know that I'll be oh my god, streaming for on both channels when I do the craft one, because I can't receive any gifts, right? Like if you guys want to give me something or like the gems or whatever that, I can't get that on the new channel yet because it's not monetized. So long way to go. Got to get up to that 1,000 before they'll let me do that. Oh yay, Pam subbed. So yeah, I'm excited starting the new project that we started last night. It's gonna be cute, but this way it also leaves the door open so I can do other crafts as well and share that with you guys. We've checked a few places, but I haven't found anything that'll work yet. My grandson loved it when I chased him. Oh, it's fun. It is fun. And like I said, now all the kids, they go, oh, where's the chair? They want to sit in the chair and zip around the house in it. We put big casters on an office chair. That's what we did too, Sage, before we got the chair. Because I'm thinking, how the hell are we going to get her rolling around? So I will get the old office chair out of the spare bedroom. And I put that's when I put the seatbelt on that chair. And yeah, we just pushed around in that until the wheelchair was delivered a couple days later. It works. You got to use what you got, you know? Coffee's good. How about you guys? And yeah, you know, they don't want to sit in there and use it, but it makes it, you got to tell them, listen, it makes it easier on me. Instead of having to worry about you falling down, you just sit in the chair and I roll you in the other room. Like with the walkers that have the seats, those are, you know, brilliant. If they can't walk that day, you just set them down and roll them through. Oh, you finally got your channel working properly. Good. It is a bit of a deal to get it up and rolling. And I would been kicking that idea around for a while. And I go, you know, screw it. I'm just going to do it. And actually, I picked one of the names that you guys come up with for the channel and did that quickie intro. And that was it. So it is launched and going. And it should be fun. If you enjoy watching me put that stuff together, then that's the place to do it. Sage, if she's a larger woman, you may have problems, which is annoying. I'm familiar. Dad used a transport chair in his house, so like wheelchair light. Yeah, well, you know, here you have to make sure you got the right size. Went to Portuguese Vista, you know, for arrows. And got a lot of fruit punch to drink today. Nice, nice. Oh, thanks, Roger. That's where we're going to do all of the crafting and stuff. And I actually ended up ordering one of those ultrasonic cutters. I hope it works. I'm waiting to get that one. And then I hear from like my husband, I'm like, why would you get that for? I says, well, because when you're doing the miniatures figurines and it has the flashing from when they were made, you could trim them off with a regular crafting knife, but it makes it a little harder because you got to put a little pressure and you could slip. If you use the new ultrasonic knife, it'll just take it right off. And it'll also help with cutting through the thin metal pieces when I do a metal build on something. So instead of using the clippers. So I'm hoping it works good. If not, it's going back. Oh, they're going to send somebody else to take measurements. Jeez. Tell them, okay, what measurements do you need? I'll take them and send them to you. Maybe it'll be quicker. I bought 2 refurbished PCs with 2 monitors just for my YouTube channel, yet to try it out. I'm going to wish you good luck with it. wobbler because the first system that I bought was refurbished. I didn't even have it a week, and it shit the bed, and I had to send it back. And so that's when I bit the bullet, went into debt, and bought the brand new system. Only a little ways more to go till it's paid off, but I'm glad that I did it because I can upgrade if I need to. It's a really great system, and I only use it strictly for this stuff. And it had everything that I needed. So it was, I mean, I didn't want to do it because of, the debt, but you got to spend a little to make a little, right? So I haven't had no complaints yet for this system. It's a really nice system. Good morning, Big Stu. How are you? I hope you're well. The only beef I have with the system is that my earbuds aren't compatible with it. And I'd have to find out which ones would be compatible. That means I'd have to buy new ones. And I said, screw it. I just hooked up my sound bar and I use that because I didn't want to wear headphones. Headphones are a pain in the butt. Oh, good. Okay, so if something goes wrong, you can fix it. Yeah, I thought to myself, well, I just bought this thing. It's not even a week old. And something's wrong. I said, no, I'm not dealing with this. Take it back. Take your crap back. First excuse was they were waiting for the doctor to send over the paperwork. We pointed out they did that 2 weeks ago. Second was waiting for insurance. 4 weeks, still nothing. Yeah, call them up again and say, hey, get the lead out. We need it. Chair, I ended up getting a youth chair, which had a smaller width, with the wheels catching on the frame of the door. Oh no. I don't have income now apart from pension and disability, so I can't afford. Well, see, that's it. I only have the disability. My work is the YouTube. So that's why I always tell everybody, when you guys donate and help support my channel, all of that stuff goes right back into the channel, and it helps pay for the computer and all the equipment that I have to use to run the show. That's where your donations and gifts all go to. And then anything that I need, like with the miniatures, that's I purchased those pieces with that money, so that you guys can watch me put it together. So that's a strict account just based for just the channel. And unfortunately, like I said, and all of the things that we have to pay for, streaming platforms and with the magazine, I mean, I have to pay to have that published so that you guys can enjoy it every month. So, there's little bills here and there, but the biggest one was the computer. So only 600 more to go. And then it's paid for. Excuse me. Oh, why are all these doctors wanting to keep pushing surgeries? Good question, because I think they're cut happy. I always tell them, no, is there really a reason to have it done? Because if there isn't, you're not doing it. There was a long time ago where they wanted to remove my tonsils and my adenoids and shave the uvula because I have a very small esophagus, and they figured it would help with the sleep apnea. And then when I spoke with the sleep doctor, they said, well, no, it's not a guarantee all that'll work if you have it all done. So I thought to myself, well, then they're not doing it. I'm not going under the knife just on a maybe. I want to keep all the parts as I can, Until you get monetized, Ko-fi and Buy Me a Coffee, they are helpful. But people feel like donating. Exactly. Yeah. I don't, I'm not here saying, oh, please, it's beautiful. I love the support. But everything that is given is put right back into the channel to keep it going. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do it. Wouldn't be able to afford it. There was one time where I actually, before it became monetized, I'm thinking, well, right, I'm gonna have to shut it down. I can't afford the extra bills. And then there was the miracle. What's the name of the systems? So maybe we can look up and see what type of earbuds. Oh, good Lord. I have to. It's a Viper Tech. It's a gaming computer. And the reason I got one of those is because of the space that it had on it. But I believe that's it. It's VIPR TECH. And I would have to look up to see what would match with it. It's one of the gel cooled computers, so it doesn't overheat. It's so quiet. Very nice. And actually, Bill's son is a very big computer guy. He's the one that helped me pick it out because he knew the requirements I needed to make it work for YouTube. And so he says, and then the bonuses, the one that I picked out, I wouldn't have been able to upgrade. And that had to be a must because if I need to upgrade and have more things added to it, I can do it with this system. So it was worth it. And it was on sale. You know me, I'll try to get a sale anytime I can. So, my disability too, it sucks. Yeah, it does. Everybody thinks we're living high off the hog. We're not. You get just enough to pay, well, kind of, enough to pay your household expenses, and that's it. And the rest of the month, you're scratching your ass if you want anything extra. That's why I don't ever splurge. I know I'm going to, I'd like to have this, or nope, gotta wait. Let's see. I'm waiting for a radio station to get some money sponsors so I can get paid for all of the hours I spent on there. Yeah, that's what you got to do. I would love to get some sponsors. But that takes time. And you have to be really, really popular. If you're a really popular channel, then those people will reach out to you. And then you start getting free stuff just to try it out, test it for them, and do a commercial. So maybe someday, that'll happen. If I have external, I do have an external hard drive. I haven't put anything on it yet. I'm a little slacker in that department, which I really need to do. So it clears up space. But I forgot I think there's a terabyte of space on this unit. It's got a lot of space. Of course, it has to because it's a gaming. I haven't played any of the games that's on it because I suck at that stuff. It reminds me, I finally got an ENT appointment to see if hearing aids will work out. I've forgotten about it, but it's at the end of the month. Well, good luck. Hopefully they could see what they got to do. I haven't been to the doctor for 3 months. You see, I'm bad when it comes to that. I spend about 50 hours a week working on the radio station. Wow. That's cool. I always wanted to work on a radio station. Hey, Alexis, hello. But I've never applied. I never applied for a job in a radio station. That'd be cool, though. Of course, not for nothing, I'm doing YouTube, so it's pretty much the same thing. Pretty much the same deal. Except that I get to run the show. I'll get looking because I have a lot of friends, PC nerds. Oh, maybe they can find something. Well, and then this thing is, I'd have to wait. I couldn't buy new ones now because it does upset me because the pair that I have are excellent and they worked great with all the other computers. I'll use them for when I use my laptop, but this one, no, none of them. Nothing was compatible. So I don't know. Try again. I have 2 terabyte of music on external drives. Nice, nice. Yeah, I need to do it. I just slacker. I'm a slacker. Where's the camel? He's passed out in the background. How's Alexis today? How are you doing? If the PC has Bluetooth, quite a few of earbuds will work. I have some Sony ones. It has Bluetooth. It won't recognize the earbuds. When my niece come down to visit, and her fiance are they're computer nerds, and they work on computers all day. She even tried to figure it out. Her earbuds are really expensive, and it wouldn't even recognize those. So I don't know if it's the system or the earbuds. I have no idea. But we couldn't get any of them to work. So that's what she told me. I'd have to go through the company, which I didn't do because I don't have time. Because it's really not on the top priority list. Contact the company to see what earbuds and Bluetooth equipment would be compatible with the system. Well, what if you get a little Bluetooth adapter that you could plug into the PC, and then you could earbuds, like Roger said. Yeah, it's really not that big of a deal. Because like I said, I got the sound bar. The sound bar works. So I can hear everything I need to hear, and I don't have to wear headphones. The only time I use headphones, and actually I like using the earbuds, is when I'm going over EVP stuff, checking my recordings to see if I've caught anything. The headphones or the earbuds make it more concentrated, so I can really hear in the background what's going on the recordings. That's really the only time I use that stuff now. Okay, I'm playing with the dumbbells. Oh, hey. You're at the gym? Is that what you're doing? You're at the gym. Laura, check with one of the Geek Squads here, but my son recently had to install extra drivers. I'm not going to worry about it. But thanks for all the advice. Yeah, there's no extra cash for Geek Squad. So I'm not gonna call them. Like I said, I'm not really worried about it. And if I really wanted to push it, I would just contact the company and say, hey, what's the deal here? Why don't these work? And then if it is a driver's thing, and actually no, because we looked, all the drivers are updated, and it's just not compatible with the unit. Excuse me. See, still got that stupid cough. You're always looking for new presenters? Nice. Well, what would I have to do? That would be so cool. I'm just living in the past. You realize how much you miss things from the old days. It might have been simpler, but it was fun. Nowadays, things are too hard, and they make it harder and harder. It's supposed to be more convenient, but yeah, that's BS. Because there's always a string attached somewhere. No, I mean like Jimmy like Jimmy. Okay, yeah, Jimmy and other computer people on here. Okay, got ya. Excuse me. My goodness. Yeah, see, that's the cough that won't go away. Now the dinos are going to have to run amok. Oh, no. That's what it is. But we lost a lot of people this year. And it's not even over with yet. A lot of people. Make a demo about 30 minutes, chat and music, and email it to me. I know the manager of the station. Oh, you have it in. Nice. So let's see. You know what'd be good with that? Jimmy. Jimmy's got that radio voice. Demo about 30 minutes, chats, and music. All right, I'll have to, whenever I get a chance, I'll have to figure that one out. I didn't realize he had lymphoma. Oh, yeah. And that one that's terrible stuff. It really is. Because it sneaks up on you. You're feeling good, and then that's it. My sister-in-law had the Hodgkin's lymphoma, and it hit her hard in the beginning, and then she went into remission for a couple of years, and then it come back with a vengeance, and that's how we lost her. That's how that thing works. It's evil. Laura, you have an excellent voice for. Oh, thank you, Pam. I still don't know what you guys hear, but okay. Poor dog, bless him. My brother-in-law showed up, and when he let the dog out, I clipped him to the lead and thought I opened the door. Oh, jeez. Oh, Cree. Poor dog. Smashed into the door. Let's see. You got to use your sexy voice and call the Geek Squad guys to find out which of them likes chocolate or and tempt them with a satin voice and chocolate. He was lying in front of the door thinking he did something wrong. Oh. Well, I went to go let my dog out this morning, and she's nowhere around. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm calling her, and now she knows I'm talking about her because she's coming up to me now. So I come in the dining room, and the door to the studio was closed. So I open the door, she comes running out. My husband accidentally locked her in the studio all night. Oh, at least it was comfortable in here. She, but I'm thinking, where the hell did she go? Because, the minute your foot hits the floor in the morning, she's right there ready to go out the door. It's a bikers radio station, and I know you love bikers. Okay. Nice. I'm wondering what I could, what do I talk about? I don't know. I've never made up a demo before. I'd have to figure that one out. I'm going to mute you guys just for a second so I can blow my horn. Hold on. There we go. Toot toot. So now I don't sound all stuffy. Well, the trend now, all the rich people are trying to buy stuff that is made in the 30s and 40s because that shit lasts and new stuff isn't built to last. No, it's not. It is not built to last. That's why I always have, if I want something specific made, it's either hit up the Amish, or I have a friend who is a brilliant furniture maker. And it's not his passion, which is so sad because he is brilliant. And I say, hey, if I make up a sketch of something, could you make this for me? And he'll go, oh, yeah, I'll do it. He does it for friends only. And then, of course, I'll say, okay, what do you charge? And he usually charges me next to nothing. But he made the chairs that I have in my kitchen that are all solid wood. He's made me a garbage bin that matches with everything. It's just amazing. Do it. You'll be great for the radio. You think? I know the manager of the station really well. It's me. Oh, geez, Wobbler. I'm glad you got it in. All right. So there's you go. It's a good idea. I said, I never made a demo tape, so I don't know what the hell. I don't know what you want. What do you want from me? If I can, I will give it. And do I just, use my regular voice, or do I switch into radio voice mode? The soft, sultry sounds. When I played GTA San Andreas, there was a female DJ called Sage. On one of the car radio stations, I'd drive around for hours just to listen to her. Yeah, see? I used to just drive around and run people over in the game because they stink. We have a presenter in New York and a possible new presenter coming on in Denver. Nice. All right. Yeah, you just have to, I don't know, send me a message, Wobbler, email me or whatever. Explain to me what I would have to do and what to send you. Like I said, that's new territory for me. I don't. So I would need something just to help kick off what you want me to do. Let's do one of my shows and get an idea from there. Oh, okay. Yep. Oh, that's a good idea, isn't it? It's worth a shot, isn't it? Most of our presenters are in the UK. So will they understand me then? Seeing that I don't speak proper English. Actually, that's funny. We had the conversation yesterday while I was out grilling dinner. My son and his girl were in the pool, and we were talking about what things are called here and how they say it in the UK. So that was funny. Yeah, your bit could be Late Night Lounge with Laura. There you go. Well, maybe I should just pick a radio name. Yeah. A radio tag, so I don't, be the mysterious. I can go by my hippie name, Purple Moon. That's my hippie name, Purple Moon. Yeah, in GTA 5, I stole a big plane and flew it all around the maps. Oh my god. Like I said, I can't play those games. It's terrible. I don't know the time difference between you. It's 5 hours. You guys are 5 hours ahead of us. Because I always got to figure out when I'm scheduling guests. I'm thinking, okay, it's this time here. What time is it in the UK? And then I got, okay, what's the time in New Zealand? What time is it in Australia? Australia and New Zealand, I have a hard time. I always forget. But they're in the future. Lawless chat with Laura. This is good because in the UK, don't they call Larry Laws? So Laura also could be Laws. Well, that's I always joked around with my husband because, my initials, LAW. I said, I am the law. My husband shake his head. Don't listen to me. I am the law. You can make a total different name like Betty. Yeah, that's awesome, Roger. I like going in director's mode and stealing tanks and blowing shit. Yeah, I'm just All I would do, like I said, was run people over and shoot the hookers. I just, because that's the rest of it's, I stink. But I don't put any effort in it either. I just, I am known as the Rev Womble mainly because I'm a druid priest and my name is Womble. Well, there you go. There you go. Well, I did have actually a website at one time when I was doing tarot. And I would call it, that's what it was Purple Moon Tarot. But that's my hippie name, Purple Moon. Your interested son could be breaking the law. Yeah. Well, that sentence is "I am the law." That's from the oh god, that movie with Sylvester Stallone, Judge Dredd. Yeah, Judge Dredd, and that's one of the lines he says in there. I am the law. I knew all the cheats. My son knows all the cheats. My show is on at 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. UK time. Oh, I'm gonna have to look into that. Reverend Law. Actually, well, I actually am a reverend. I am an ordained minister. So there you go. Your hippie name is Bruised Butt Purple Moon. Pretty much, yeah, bruised. That's funny for bruised butt. It's a little more interesting than Laura. Kind of boring. Actually, I'm named after a song. And I could go with being my name Purple Moon. It's pretty cool. Now, most of you guys know Bill. I think Bill would be great on a radio station because he has extensive background in music. He knows all of that stuff. And I think that'd be a great thing for him to do. I was talking about arts and stuff with him last night, and I said it would be interesting. And I said I always wanted to paint, just get a big, huge canvas, put it on the floor, and strip down naked and paint my entire body, and then roll around on the canvas and see how it would come out. I said, but I never had the opportunity to do it because you don't want people around when you're doing that. And I wouldn't do it now, but I thought it would be cool. I'd like to see how they would come out. So then I was breaking them out. And I told him, I says, well, you've got a big yard. I says, send the kids off to summer camp and have the wife meet you in the back field and let me know how it goes. Do you want the website address? You could send it to me. Yeah, that'd be great. And the guy in Crow's chat wants to play Fortnite with me. I watch you guys do this stuff. It's amazing. And like I said, I don't put any effort into it. I probably, once I learned how to use the damn controllers, that's the problem. Knowing what all the buttons and stuff are for, then I think I would do pretty well. But it's very time consuming, and I have already so much on my plate. The last thing I need is to add gaming to that. Heavy cold because you can have like wind chimes and then sounds of motorcycles and then timer to write up the night with Purple Moon. Yeah. Well, I did have a soundboard and stuff. I still got it. It doesn't work on this computer either because it has all these sound effects and everything. I could change the voice And I thought it would be so cool for the channel, and it doesn't work. The first one I bought, it burned up. The second one I bought, it doesn't work on this computer. So I just put it in a drawer. I says, well, apparently I don't get to play around with any buttons and have any fun because I can't get none of it to work. And I even had Bill help me because he has all that stuff set up on his, and I don't know. It just doesn't work. My skin is so dry, I'd probably absorb the paint. Well, then you got to put on a second layer. I said, but yeah, you need a space where nobody is going to be paying attention to what you're doing because they'd have me locked up thinking this is a woman's painting herself with a roller and then I'm rolling around on the ground. Definitely would be fun. It would be fun. I use an Xbox controller on the PC, and they only play games one day a week for fun to let my hair down. There you go. You got to relax. That's what you find relaxing. And see, that's the thing with the crafts. I lose myself in the world of crafting. Keeps my finger. I have to keep my hands busy. I don't know, it's a thing, but keep my hands busy and it just keeps my mind busy. But it's, you lose yourself in the project. If your friend Bill likes his rock music, get him to give me a shout. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he plays guitar. Bill actually is kind of famous, guys. He's got credits on music work for bands. So, and he did have a band at one time. So that's a good idea, Wobbler. I'll have to see if he wants to. And that's what he's setting up his channel. His new channel is going to be basically music and the guitar work. He's built his own guitars. So he's got the talent. I gotta push him to, come on, dude. Get it out there. I had some sort of little control that goes for the phone and then the PC, but I didn't know what it's called, but it works on the Xbox. See, I'm from the days of Atari. You had a joystick and a button, and I used to kill it. Boy, I was awesome on all those games. And then when they switched it up to what they've got now, I'm like, shit, I don't know how to do any of this. What's this button for? What's this do? Bill plays, yeah, basically metal. Yep. Crow has the sexiest voice ever. He needs to be on the radio too. Yeah, he's got a great voice. There's a lot of people on here that have great voices. Jimmy, if I want to relax and just drift off into La La, I put Jimmy on, and then get Crow. You've got Andrew Stone Rock's got a nice voice. There's so many. I agree. Crow's voice is dreamy. Yeah, it is. He's that sexy big daddy muffin, Crow. I'm not coordinated enough for video games nowadays. I know. Me too, Sage. And you know what it is? It's not a priority to me, so that's why I don't learn. I've got so many other things that I'm doing, and I don't find it enjoyable. I get frustrated because I can't make it do what I want it to do. So it's very frustrating. So I enjoy everybody else doing it. I'm going to email you the website address, and that way you will have my. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, I'll check it out. And I'll mention it to Bill and see what Bill says. Well, it's just like Jimmy, too. Jimmy makes his own music and does a great job. I bet you get a lot of smart people if you did you and on the rat on the radio. Well, we'll see. I don't know if I do it. See if it's popular or not. I mean, who thought that people would want to sit and just listen to me talk in the morning? But I love my morning show. I love that you guys all come to hang out. I love that we talk about anything and everything. It's a great way to start the day. And it's not that I don't love my evening show. I do, because I love the paranormal groups and the information that we gather from these people and the experiences. And it's really fun. One of my boys sounds like radio is playing when he is gaming. His voice is deep and smooth. Deep and smooth. Nice. Phil has a nice voice too. I use Sony Pad a lot, and then I get Xbox Pad, and I was shocked at how much better it was. And my son plays the games. He's awesome at them. I'm just amazed at the graphics. It's like watching a movie. It's amazing how far they've come. But my niece, my sister, they all play those games. I just blow. You and Sarah, good shows, no drama. Exactly, because we both agree on that. I don't, everybody loves drama. No, I don't. Unfortunately, sometimes I get sucked into it, and then I just tell people, listen, I'm not going to deal with that. I don't want it. I want us just to have a good time, and a nice conversation. We know what's going on out there. We don't need to rehash it. And I think people beat a lot of that stuff to death. I'm so tired of hearing about it. I didn't sign up for that garbage. I want to hear about, when they go on their investigations and what happened. And even if it's nothing, you still want to know. Because the majority of these places I'll never be able to visit. So I got to find out from everybody that has those opportunities. And I don't want to hear about, well, so-and-so did this and they did that. And then we've got this one. You know what? It's always going to be there. We just got to just ignore it. You got to ignore it. And just tell them you don't want to be a part of it. And I mean, that's how trolls, they get their rocks off on certain trouble, and they get their 5 seconds of fame until one of the mods kicks them out. And I've watched a lot of channels where it's all drama. It gives me a headache. I get such a headache. I have mail. You sent me mail. Yay. I will definitely check my mail. And there's one person that I used to watch. I don't watch as much anymore because it's just pure drama. I'll pop in and say, hey, hello, how's it going? She's happy to see me. And a minute, it's not even 2 minutes. The drama starts, and I'm like, yep, time to go. And she knows that's why I'm leaving. But that's what and there's a few of them that I just backed off of because they don't talk about anything else. I think they need to find a new place, because if that, let's try that again, new place. Because what if the ghosts have long left at those places, like they moved on to the other side or whatever? You know what it is? You could be right. But I always tell everybody, the paranormal doesn't work on demand. You could be going to a place for years and have nothing come up. And then there's that one time something happens. I mean, they're going to let themselves be known when they want it. You're working on their schedule, not yours. But then there's some places where you go, there's always some kind of activity. So it's hit or miss. And a lot of people don't get that, especially people just in the communities and who watch and follow what we do. And they're thinking, well, come on. That's why the fakers are so popular. Because they present that, oh, this happened, that happened, and they make it very dramatic. and exciting. So of course you're going to watch. But when you get into the real deal, you're just sitting around in the dark waiting. Unfortunately, that's just the truth of it. I am thinking, do I paint a mural on my new studio wall or get one of those artwork paintings in a giant wall? No, you paint it yourself. You want it to be Pinky's artwork. It's up to you if you want to do that, but it's much more personal if you do it yourself. And in some places that people don't think are harassed, a certain person will walk in and be like, who's that person? And they're like, there's nobody there. And then you know. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. You just don't know. I mean, I have a guilty pleasure. I watch a couple of the entertainment channels because they're funny. I know everything is BS, but it's funny. So, it's like a guilty pleasure. But as far as thinking they're legit, oh no. I watched a program the other day, and the guests that they had on there, I just did not believe anything that the person had to say. I'm like, oh, okay, the BS detector is going off, and that's when I leave. I'm like, okay, I'm out. I ain't watching that. And I always give people the benefit of the doubt. I always leave that door open of what if, but I don't know. Just you just get that feeling when certain people say things and they said this happened or that happened. You're thinking, yeah, no, I don't think so. I think you're just giving us a story. Beardo spent a night at yes, I see that they were there. Yep, with Bristol. Last did not see or hear anything. He did say that it was kind of like a couple of thumps or something like that, and because I had commented on it, and I said, "You sure that it wasn't a butt rumble from Ryan?" Deadly weapon. And if you don't want to be permanent, you could get a thick sheet and texture it or treat it and put it on a frame, and then you'd know, put it on a wall, and then you'd paint on that. Good idea. Yeah. And see, with me, I just painted the room 2 different colors of gray because I said it was great for lighting. And then I just got a really pretty, you've seen the backdrop, it's the tree of life, and it glows in the dark. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, just hung that up, and it made it easy instead of going through the trouble of painting something personal or permanent. Because then if I change my mind, it's easier to change. Which I won't, though, because I've always enjoyed the symbol, the tree of life. That's my thing. I was in Crow's stream, and we went into Beardo's stream, and someone farted, and Crow has it on his stream recording. Oh, geez, there we go. Crow always goes on so late. So late. I'm usually just going into bed or I'm already sleeping. Because I do enjoy his stuff, and I very rare when I can catch it. Fresh coffee, yay. Most of the station is internet based. Most of our listeners are in Europe. When I started the station, there was 100 listeners a month. And now we've got 30,000. Wow, that's incredible. Oh my God. I can't think about that. It'll scare me off. No, I'm kidding. That's incredible. Well, work, we need to talk. I haven't had enough coffee to deal with you yet. Oh no. Oh no, is it not going well? Did you get your sunrise? Was it beautiful? Oh, girly, and I'm still going over that stuff that you sent me. Still, I was trying to watch it the other day, and my husband came in and started yakking, so I had to shut it off. He's like, "What are you doing?" Well, I'm trying to listen to some stuff here. Anytime I try to get into research or listening to things that have been sent to me, my husband decides he wants to have a conversation. I'm like, I'm kind of busy. Oops. Goes because the walls shook. I think it was from upstairs, but it was from down where he was. I have to go on another drink run after this. This is getting ridiculous. You got to keep hydrated. I think my new neighbor have builders and sounds like they are coming through the walls. Oh my god. A little construction going on there, huh? I've got a list of stuff that I really need to get done, but it's gonna be hotter than the you know what here. I still haven't finished up the yard, which is driving me insane. Yard work. I want to put down I have an outside carpet that I use when we go camping. I want to put that down so it's when you get out of the pool, you're not burning your feet. And then it's also a nice place for the dog to lay down. I got to put that down. And there's just a list. Too much overload. And like I said, later I have an appointment. I have to go talk to a young couple that are getting married. And so I've got to run them through the tests, because I always have a private meeting with the couple before I say, yes, I will marry you. Because being married is very important. It's a serious step. And I always make sure that the couple is ready for it. Because if I don't think they're ready, I won't do it. Because I'd hate to have that and then they end up in divorce. So there's a few things I run them through and we'll see what happens. I will be having a moan in a minute. She's having a kip. Well, it's terrible. That usually works with me when you want to lay down, take a nap, and that's when the neighbor decides they want to use their chainsaw or use their lawnmower. They go, really? You had to pick now to do that. Different priests think different things because I didn't really think they believed in ghosts. I didn't really think demons were like everywhere. And I guess there's like levels. Well, especially with the Catholic Church, everything is the devil, the devil, the devil. I don't really believe that. But I've never had a demon experience. I really don't want one because I hear they're not pleasant. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't exist because if we've got good, there's evil. I mean, that's just the way the universe works. I don't think that every time that we communicate or try to communicate with something beyond our realm is evil. I just don't. Especially when certain things, it could be a personal things, and that spirit or entity would only know that personal thing. You know what I mean? So it could be family members, friends, or whatever. So it's I've done a few hand fastenings in my time. Nice. I can perform those as well. So I think it's an important thing. So and I'm not I know I'm an independent, so I'm not affiliated with any one church, and I keep it that way on purpose. Everybody jokes around with me. I should start my own church. I'm thinking, oh yeah, just what I need to do is to do that. Uh, as long as they're finished working while I wake up and get ready for a busy day. Yeah. Hey, how's it going, Goth Gal? You getting ready for a busy day? My favorite song, when I got married, they said, don't just marry your best friend, marry someone that you can suffer with, not just someone that you can have fun with. Exactly. See, that's the whole point of the meeting is I want to know what the couple's definition of marriage is. What do they think that it is? It's not always going to be drinks and flowers and fun. It's, when that person's sick and needs someone to care for them, are you going to be there? It's when you're going through financial hard times, are you going to cut and run? Are you going to stand ground with your partner? That's what it's a partnership. And because I think a lot of these kids get married too soon, because they really don't even know who they are yet, and they're going to take on another responsibility. Yes, make a call. Oh, jeez. I did tell you, people, you're going to start a church? No, not really. Maybe when I get older. Who knows? And it would be like a retirement thing. But right now, just a floating, free, independent. If you want me to marry you and I feel you're ready, then sure, I'll do it. And I don't care who it is. And it could be, anywhere from just regular traditional ceremony to I haven't done a Wiccan ceremony, but I'm open to it. I married my best friend, and then 10 years later, she went and died on me. Oh, actually, I married my sister to her husband. I performed the ceremony, and I made it through without crying. It was great. I already told my son though, if he plans on marrying, which he's not in a big hurry, I told him that's one I can do. I'll too be busy blubbering. It's a tax exempt thing still. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I could start a church up right now and be set, but it's my ideas are different than most as when it comes to I don't consider myself religious. I consider myself spiritual because religion is corrupted by man, and they always follow their own agenda, and they're not. I don't know. Like I said, I don't like to talk about that stuff because I have my own opinions. Do you do same gender weddings? Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I married my daughter, not a lot. Yes, yeah. I couldn't do that, boy. I would be crying. How can you do the ceremony and you're crying? So I told me you'd have to pick somebody else. How about gay marriage? Would you marry a gay couple? Yes, I would. Yes. Yes, I would. It's not my place to judge who you fall in love with. Judgment is on the shoulders of the creator, not man. Even though we don't live that way. Fortunately, as being human beings, we do have a tendency to judge. And I always try to remind myself that no judgment, because it's not for me to say what you're doing is right or wrong. Depending on what it is. I mean, if it's something, obscene and corrupt, then of course I'm going to call you out on it. Yeah, I feel like religion gets corrupt. It is corrupted. It is corrupted. They might start out, sorry guys, stupid phone. They might start out with good intentions, but they start off with pieces of scripture, and then they could transform it into their agenda. And I just, it's pretty simple, guys. We all know it's right or wrong. Treat people with kindness. Have charity in your heart. It's not that difficult. It really isn't. Oh, it's gonna rain your way? Oh God, is it gonna freeze though? The only thing I judge is if you want to marry someone's grandpa to like 80 years, or if someone's religion wants to kill me. then I'm against it. Yeah, when you get into those cults, there's some scary stuff. And like the documentary there on the Jonestown, it started off as a beautiful thing, and then him being insane. And those people weren't stupid; they were just misled by a religious leader. And when he, told them, "Oh, let's all move to Guyana and make a paradise," and that would have been a flag for me. I would have said, "No, I'm not going there." And I know those poor people, that's what they were looking for, a paradise. And then he just went crazy. And unfortunately, they all paid for it with their lives. It's just, and then more times that you rewatch stuff like that, you watch it a few times, you pick up on things, and you're like, oh, wow. How did these people get drawn into such a hot mess? And it happens with all of them. It's because people are longing and looking for guidance and acceptance, and so that's how they get sucked in. And I just, oh boy, there's a part, or time in your lives where you got to say to yourself, wait a minute, now this, this is wrong. Oh, common sense got to kick in. I want to marry my motorbike. Well, see, no, I won't do that. So you're on your own there. Laura is our leader. All hail. Oh, good God, no, Wayne. Hey, how's it going, Wayne? I'm happy is that you just like me. I don't want no hailing. I'm not holy. I'm not. I have some holy socks, but I just think you have to use just common sense the best that you can. A lot of people have a lot of strong religious beliefs, and that's okay. And then there's others that just are in doubt, and that's when they start searching, and that's okay too. And I would tell everybody, don't just search in one realm of religious belief. Look into all of them. Just be a spectator and sit and watch. And it's amazing what you'll find. I think there's truth in all of it. And you just gotta keep learning, keep searching. And then you follow what you believe is true in your own heart, in your own person. I think also at that time, there were a lot of people starting like homestead communities. I get, yeah, they were there, and they were. And see, he was taking in all of the people that were rejected or had abuse issues, and they just wanted acceptance. And of course, back in that time, it was a lot, abuse against the Black community. So he welcomed them all. So it was like a big family. Like I said, the whole idea is beautiful. Unfortunately, he was crazy, and he took them all down with it. It's heartbreaking. It really is. And there's churches that are out there that are still like that, and people get sucked in, and it really burns my cookies, I'll tell you, because I'm thinking, why aren't these people using their brains? Why don't they see that this is wrong? Let's see. I just woke up from having my old man nap. Good for you. Enjoy that nap. I might sneak one in somewhere today. I've looked into Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Wiccan, Buddhism. Yeah, see, that's wonderful, Sage. Read it. When people say, "Oh, you've read the Quran," yeah, just like you've read the Bible. Just like I read the Book of Mormon. That's how you find stuff out. And then you make your decision. Well, are they full of shit or what? Listen to priests, ministers, listen how they deliver their message. Don't be sweet talked by all of the glim and glamour, and there's always an underlying, and not for nothing. You see a lot of the ones that are out there that are millionaires. They have jets and all this. Come on. Good morning, Chartist. How are you? I'm not saying you have to be poor, but any true religious leader is going to take in that vow of poverty and modesty, because you're trying to lead people in the direction of a creator, and the creator isn't the money. Those people are loaded. Oh my God. Ran at home too. I'm too lazy to read it though. It's interesting. Well, because people attack them because of the extremists and the stuff that's presented online and the news and stuff. It's definitely worth a read. Oh, where are these books? Does it say you must kill? Sickens me when it comes to religious beliefs causing death. Exactly. And then you also have to well, for example, like where you got the poor women, they got wear the burqas. It does say in most religious books that you should be dressed in a modest way. Cover your head. They're saying your head is in respect to the creator. They're not saying wear a full bodysuit, and that's man-made, because they can't control their sexual urges. Hey, Fred, how's it going? And yeah, every religion does, yes, has their extreme members. So there's nowhere written in there you're going to be wrapped up like a mummy. Come on. And back in the days there, we pretty much common sense. When Jesus walked the earth, the women, they covered their heads because of the extreme heat. I also think if the creature is receiving the money, it should be helped the church to do good. Yeah, not buy him. Yeah, exactly. Not buy him a yacht. That money should go towards people that are in your congregation that are going through hard times, lost their homes, have nowhere to live, no food. That money should be in a bank to help people out when it's in need. Not so that the minister or whoever gets to live the high life, and you're sitting there eating ramen noodles or nothing, or you're living on the street. It should go back into the community. I get it. When you got a church, you have to have something coming in to help maintain the building. But you don't need a building to have a church. That's how I look at it. Church is wherever you discuss, God, the creator, whatever your belief is. Millions of years ago, it was outside. I mean, come on. But I'm not saying that it's a bad thing that you have a church, because then, a sense of community. That's what that's about. Where the community and the like-minded gather together for fellowship. And, that's wonderful, but it's not a necessity. And see, I get my ass chewed out for stuff like that. Well, what do you mean? Well, that's, no matter where you are, and if you're discussing the creator or whatever, that's church right there. A man who lives near a desert covers their head too and wears light clothes. Yeah, it has to be covered, but it's, you're not wrapped up in black clothing. And my church is my football stadium. There you go. See? I could live on noodles. Oh, after a while it gets boring. Hey, admit. Oh, thank you. Yeah, coming out of the pool. Yes. The church is not a building. It's people gathered together. Yes, exactly. Hey, Phil. How's Phil today? I don't trust Islam. They don't like had killed dogs because Muhammad's lovers would sneak in a dog to bark at him, and they say it's not an angel. Yeah, they're because they're nuts. That's why they're nuts. But if you find people that follow the true teachings of Islam, they're very kind people. It's a very loving community. It's the extremists and the nut jobbers, just like any other religion. You get the nut jobbers, and then they group together, and it's insane. It's insane. It depends on what football stadium you're singing in, Wayne. There you go. Yep, everybody's got their own. Perfect example, the extremists there with 9/11. And those idiots that hijacked the planes, murdered all those innocent people in, for the cause, not the cause, you're crazy. And you took the innocent people with you in your craziness. I think a lot of people don't know the history of their own origin of their religion, like the story of the person that started their religion. And if they did that, they might not be so quick to pick. Yeah, you're right. That's why I tell you, read, go out, search, just go into a church and just sit in the back and listen, see how the people react, and see what they're teaching, and that'll tell you right there what's going on. Hey, Ryan, how's it going? And even if you're not learned in that specific group or their teachings, common sense. And most of them are very hypocritical. Well, you can't do this or you can't do that. But then when you turn around the corner, they're doing exactly what they're telling you not to do. I've run into a lot of groups like that, saying, "Oh, you can't drink, you can't have caffeine, you can't do this. Women have to wear that." I'm thinking, yeah, whatever. But then you're turning around and they're in the back seat of their car lighting up a joint, I ain't going to no church. I'm an atheist. That's your right. That is your right. Don't know if you've seen it, Laura, but when me and Alicia went to the Colonial Williamsburg, we got some hammering noises. No, I missed it. I've got so much catching up to do. To be honest, I've just been so overwhelmed with stuff for a while, and this cold's kicking my butt. Finally, the cold is letting up, but I'm behind on everything. I even missed wrestling the other day. There's just too much going on, but I'm definitely going to check it out, Ryan. You look at all those weird sodas that come out of Utah because they're trying to avoid the sense of alcohol, but then it's like a different sin to be drinking all that sugar. See, that's what I'm saying. Come on, really? It's sinful to drink a soda? Come on. Give me a break. I had a friend of mine where the church that she goes to, all the women have to wear skirts or dresses. You're not allowed to drink any alcohol. You're not allowed to drink any caffeine. They don't like it. They don't want you to smoke. But they want you to give half of your earnings to them to support the church. And then she was telling me how it made her feel uncomfortable. And that, when the son would pick her up to give her a ride to services, he's smoking a joint. And this is the reverend's son. And I said, well, there you go. That's telling you something. That they're very hypocritical. And I told her, you don't feel comfortable there, then that's not the place for you. So get the hell out, find somewhere else. If you need to find a church to go to, shop around. Sunday's hangover day. Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster exists too. Oh, jeez. That was the owner of the radio station on the phone. I told her about you, and she said, and I got quoted, "You go, girl." Oh, how exciting. Now you got me excited. Watch me bomb out. It sounds like brethren religion. When you hear this stuff and you're thinking, come on. Okay, it might be sinful to be a drunkard. Okay, whatever, because you're going to do bad things when you're drunk. People do bad things, make bad decisions. But you're not going to burn for eternity because you had a glass of wine. Really? Common sense. Oh, no, I'm going to burn in hell because I had a Coke for dinner with my dinner. It's something, the rules are man-made. And some of them are the dumbest things. Oh, my God, are they dumb? His name. Oh, you mean Duggar? No. That's what I told her. I said, "Don't. You're not. It's your body. Your head's telling you something's wrong there. So that means you get out. Don't hang out there if you're not comfortable with it. You should interview Ouija Brothers. They have an interesting story about ghost investigations." I had messaged them a couple of times, Alexis, and got no response. So apparently the Ouija Brothers are too busy for me. Alessio is very knowledgeable about the Bible. Yes, he's done extensive studies. Yes. And people can pick it apart. And I do. I mean, everybody's going to realize the Bible is the interpretations, the stories, the personal stories of the men that followed Jesus. So that's why you're going to have different things going on in each scripture. Because I've said that to many people. I've said it for years. All of us in this chat could read in the same section in the Bible and come up with a different meaning. That's the truth. It's all on how you interpret it. And you don't read just one section of it. You have to read the whole thing to get the full story, and then you interpret what the meaning is. As a kid, I thought I went to Spanish Mass because my dad's Puerto Rican, but it turns out he doesn't speak Spanish. He just likes sleeping in. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you can get the Ouija Brothers to come on one of my shows. I'd love to interview them, but yeah. And it's usually the 3 strikes and you're out. I try 3 times, and if they're not, I don't get an answer, then I just figure they're not interested and I move on. My priest was ordained wearing black stilettos. She said, I see that's another thing. It's always written down that women are not supposed to be clergy. Why not? Why not? I mean, if you do a little research, actually, it was supposed to be, so they say, in some gospels that weren't allowed to be in the Bible, that actually a woman was supposed to lead the Church of Christ. But that's heresy, for the church leaders. How come they can't jive? Oh, it jumped on me. If Jesus made good wine for wedding, yeah. We call them scarf heads. All the women wear scarves and really dowdy dresses. They also like their properties separate, as detached from their houses. Yeah, everybody's got their own thing. One of the rules, like being Jewish, is they always wear hats, and they have the beanies, is because it is just a reminder that there's something greater that is above them. So it's worn out of respect for the Creator. And I said the same thing like with the women. The modesty is, you cover the hair. A woman's hair is supposed to be your crowning glory, but when you're entering in holy places that the women were to just cover with a scarf and not wrap up your whole damn body. There's nowhere that says that except for the man-made rules. She baptized my daughter in a hot tub. I thought it was perfect. We got a cheap rate too. The Bible doesn't say wine is bad. It's the abuse of it. Exactly. That's a lot of the rules are just man-made. It fits the minister or priest's agenda. So you guys got to just pick and choose, Good morning, Alessio. He comes in right and we're talking about something that's right up his alley. Crazy unexplained Bible stuff. I think the Ouija brothers also work regular day jobs, same time too. Yeah, I think they do too. So it's, like I said, I tried because I would have loved to have them on. But hey, it's okay. How is Alessio this morning? Are you good? I always do the voice for you, Alessio. I just like saying your name, Alessio. In Nights of Passion, well, I should just come out and just say his name. At the peak. Oh, Alessio. It might be a little awkward, but it'd be funny, right? It rained for 40 days and 40 nights. They called it a disaster in the Bible. We call that a British summer. Yeah, exactly. My aunt wore an outfit, looked like she escaped from GTA. Baptism, ladies were in shock. Well, I do agree that if you are going to enter in a church or a holy establishment, I mean, dress a little appropriately. You don't need to have your keister hanging out and you're in there. Yeah, I think it's just a little, yeah. I'm not saying, wrap yourself up like a mummy, but at least make sure that, your ass ain't hanging out. Always tease my Mormon aunt that they used to have a dress code of turtlenecks, denim overalls, and 80s hairstyle. Oh, yeah, it's terrible. Actually, my husband had neighbors one time when he was a kid. They were Mormons. And yeah, the high neck nightgowns, all the way down to the wrist, sleeves, down to the floor. But, because you'd see it when she hung on her wash. But then they didn't have shades or mini blinds on the windows. She used to walk around the house bare ass naked. So what the hell's that? I like having a cool reference. Yeah, you got to have somebody that's just every day, Yeah, a lot of Catholics wear something covering heads for church. Yeah, the really hardcore ones will wear a veil. Yes. For services. Yes, we know that, Alessio. Yes, very passionate about it. That's why, like I said, and you've done all of that stuff. You've read books and different religious and beliefs. I think everybody should do that. And then you make up your own mind, whether you do believe or you're on the fence. My husband's on the fence. And we have a lot of discussions about that. And then you've got some that just don't believe in it at all. And that's fine. My husband had an uncle, said he was an atheist his entire existence. And then on his deathbed, he just said out loud, "Please, dear God, I don't want to die." So, all right, you didn't believe in him your whole life. And then when you're dying, then you call out to him. But not for nothing, I do believe that, it's if that moment and you yell out, the Creator, he's forgiving. He is forgiving. So it's all in your own beliefs. Now, some persons, dude, back in the day started that all women had to cover and protect men from sinning. And that's what it, well, yeah, because they're dirty birds and don't know how to, control their urges. Otherwise, he was tempted. Yep, Mamma Mia, my name was never pronounced in such sexy. Oh, did I curl your toes? Oh, Wayne. uh, extension to, yeah, he might have an accent. So I might have to stop that. I'm sorry. Let's see. I appreciate you and you appreciate your comments. Sorry, by myself this morning until 8. Been very busy. That's okay, sweetie. You gotta do life. Life is more important than yakking. 2 of every animal on a boat who cleaned up all that. Yeah, I know. That's what I wondered too. It must have been one hell of a smelly ride. Because yeah, if I don't clean up after my dog every day, good Lord Almighty, the yard smells like a toilet, and it's just landmines all over. I've got to keep it cleaned up, otherwise it smells like a farmland. I like listening to the study of Our Lady of Guadalupe. It's material that had her image on it, and they talked about the eyes and the view of the stars from above. I can't cover my hair. I don't have any. Okay. I'd wear some of the veils just because they're pretty. I'll see that and I'll be, oh, that's nice. Mrs. Frog got out of the shower naked, and she said to me, quick, close the curtains. The neighbors will see me naked. I said, if they see you naked, they will close their own. Oh, God, Fred. They'll close their own curtains. That's something my husband would say. Oh, how rude. Oh, Jesus. Did she slap you for that one? That's hilarious. My blood pressure is really high. I'll tell you that much. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just figured I'd give you something to think about during the day, Alessio. Religion has such a huge impact on the paranormal events and how people interpret them. I've interviewed so many people that immediately brought up a religious belief to explain what they're experiencing. Exactly. That's why I always tell people, when you're doing an investigation, we all have our own beliefs. We all think we know what's going on. Okay, I get that. I have my beliefs. But when I'm doing an investigation, the beliefs stay outside. And then when I collect my data and then I review the data, then I'll say, well, gee, okay, maybe this has something to do with this or that. Then, you filter it in. But I do believe you have to leave the beliefs on the outside, because it just contaminates. Because if you're already going in there with a certain mindset, it's contaminated already. Did you hear about those people, I think, in communist China that are having dreams about Jesus? And they're all asking people like, who's this guy? And trying to learn about Christianity. Ah, interesting. There are no unicorns left. The lions ate it. Well, they were hungry, man. It was a long ride. We do have covered heads when going to church, but it's only done for those stricter monasteries. Yeah, and regular church doesn't really demand it. Exactly. Yeah, there are when I haven't, well, I've been to my church in a long time. But I do get an urge to go once in a while, because I do find a peace when I go in there. But you have the hardcore ladies who have the scarves on their heads. Oh, see, I got a jewel. Thank you, Admit. It showed up on here finally. It wasn't showing up before. Oh, that's cute. Thank you. It's like when Crow talks for me, unless T. No, she's at work and I do all my own causing mischief. Oh, jeez. Oh, and then she said the soccer ball. Let's see. Oh, now I don't get it. Are you on a computer or your phone? Is that what is the difference? If people are on their phone, I don't think the stuff shows up. Because this is the first time ever that somebody has sent me jewels and they've showed up. Oh, how cute is that stuff or what? Thank you. You are so right. It's even worse when the investigators push their narrative from their own religious beliefs. They immediately limit the possibilities. Exactly. That's what you're doing. So then when you get people say, well, I've got my beliefs. Well, everybody does. But when you're investigating, you can't bring that into the job because you've already corrupted it. Because if you're hearing a noise and you're like, oh, well, it's this or that, and no, it could be a squirrel for all you know. The orb issue. Oh, the orbs, this and this. Oh, it's dust or it's bugs or it's rain or you gotta tick all the boxes before you can claim anything. And even then, it's doubtful. Because to be honest, we really don't know shit. It is all just speculation. Is it Friday yet? You missed it by a couple of days, sweetie. Now you got to go the whole week. Sorry. Sage, don't wish the days away. It makes us older. Suck up every second of every day. Because every night I get into bed, I'm thinking, damn, it's just like the day just started and it's done. It seems like it just, I just woke up. And there's just not enough hours. Just not enough hours. That's why I would love it. If I did ever, win the lottery, I'd be like, yeah, I just want enough to be comfortable and to be able to do what I want all day long. So if I feel like, I don't feel like cleaning the house today, I want to go for a ride and go head up at the lake or hang out in the woods or, lay in a grassy field, just stuff like that. Or you got to think, oh, I got to go to work or I got to do this or I got to, there's always a list. And true freedom is just very hard to come by. I'm checking now to see if I got your email. Yes, I did get the email. I just checked. Yes, sir, I got it. I've seen plenty of orbs on camera. Those were insects. The majority of the time, yes. Insects, dust, rain can show up like that where it comes towards the camera lens. It's really important when you got to know the camera. You got to know how camera works, how lenses and all of that stuff works. It's just, and then you can determine what is actual just crap or a possible orb. I do believe a lot of people don't believe in orbs. I do believe they exist. But not everything that you see is one. Like that one place I told you that I want to get back to, which I still haven't been able to get to this summer, where that orb shows up above the road. And this is a giant ball of light and it moves on its own and it hovers on its own. And I have debunked everything that I could think that, it's a light from somewhere, but there's no beam. It's a trick of some kind. There's where it is, there's no possible way that it could be a man-made thing. So what the flip is it? Is it something that the military is playing around with? Because there is an installation that's further up on the hill. Are they experimenting with something? How are you going to find that out? You're not going to. But it's funny how this thing appears and interacts with people sometimes. It's really, really strange. And God, I'm hoping to get up there at some point this year. And you have to sit up there and wait. And I'd love to catch it on film. Whether I can or not, I don't know. And then maybe somebody, I would love to be able to have somebody like Kenny Biddle or Beardo or somebody go up there with me and sit and see if they could pick apart and see what the hell it is. But until I can get something proof positive, caught on film, I just, it's just a story that you guys hear me talking to about. I've experienced it. I've seen it. It is just the wildest thing. It doesn't hang out very long, but I'd like to catch it on film. Let me see what I missed by running my Yap. Collins into the EV files at the moment. Yes, all right, yes, I got the email. A list of things to do daily is first thing to do is put the list in the bin. There you go. There you go. That's what we do. We got to throw it all in the bin. My idea of being rich is shopping groceries and food normally as usually without thinking about prices. Oh, I know. Wouldn't it be a beautiful thing? If you've seen something in the grocery store that you'd really love to have, but you couldn't afford it, just throw it in the cart. And actually, that would be one of the first things I do. It was hit the grocery store and just fill up everything. Buy everything that you talk yourself out of. Oh, I can't afford it this week, so I don't get it. No, just throw it in. And that tells you the difference between us and other people, where a lot of people, oh, I'm going to buy this big grand house and all these cars. And how many cars do you need? You know, really? You only drive one at a time. Or, you know, oh, I'm going to have a gold toilet. What the hell you need a gold toilet for? It doesn't change the experience. Oh, you hear the coughing. You probably heard, that's my husband coughing if you hear noise. So yeah, it's, people spend money on some really stupid stuff. Or you get these, they get to buy $1 million mansions. Okay. Hello. Okay, it's a grand house. It's lovely. Are you going to be able to afford the cost of maintaining that big home? You're going to have to hire groundskeepers and housekeepers. And so there's added expense. People don't think about that stuff. And what the hell do you need? Like, 12 bedrooms and 13 toilets. And who needs all that? Bullshit. I would buy just a regular house. And, that's it. And the rest of it, oh, geez, I don't know. Just use common sense. There's 2 of you. What the hell do you need 5, 6 bedrooms for? Because I got friends, oh, I get this and that. And I go, yeah, and who's cleaning that? You gonna clean that house? No. So that means you got to hire a maid. So that means you got to pay somebody a wage. So that's just ridiculous. If I bought something that was like a farmhouse and I had, a ton of acreage, I'd rent the acreage out to somebody who would want to farm it. So that's an income. We don't have much money, but when we do go to the supermarket, Mrs. Wimble says, can I get this? And I say, if you want it, get it. And when the money's gone, it's gone. Yeah, that's true. Like me, I like this time of year, the Bing cherries are out. The black cherries, my favorite. I don't care how much they cost. I don't. And people go, oh, they're so expensive. They come out one time a year. You got no problem buying a pack of cigarettes that's killing you, but you're not going to spend, $8 on a bag of cherries. Pfft, whatever. Wait, could I hire a sexy maid? I mean, you can hire whatever. I don't know. No, you got to ask the missus. I'm not saying yes or no to that one. I'm not going to be an accomplice. I ain't getting in trouble with the missus. How about you? I'll meet you halfway. You could buy a sexy maid outfit for the missus. There you go. And I could even go any further that and then she can have a feather duster and dust off your knob. Oh, that was fresh. Oh, OMG, my husband just walked up to me at work and said that he has a stomach problem. He took a laxative from the Dollar Tree thinking it was the same as lactose. Oh no, guess where he's going? There he goes. Need more music channels. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. I agree with that. I don't know without laughing. Oh, jeez. Oh no, the mistake he only made once. I know. That sucks. It really does. Well, tell him that, you'll know where to find him. Jeez. He'll be cleaned out and ready to roll in a couple hours. I'd have a house with a game room, studio, and small concert room and stage. Oh, jeez. I just want a log cabin in the woods by the water. That's it. And I have to have 2 bathrooms, though, because my husband's always in the bathroom. They would be the only must. I'm still laughing. That made my whole day. Oh, jeez. I told them he wanted to be king of the castle. Now he could be that. He's going to be in the throne room all day. Oh, my God. That's horrible. Jeez, that's something else. I'm sorry. I mean, that's... Of course, with the situation you're in, he deserves it. He's a shit. Now he can go shit. Just don't buy the miss a ball. Oh, buy a broom to go with that sexy outfit, Laura suggested. You'll have it on your head. Oh, jeez. I know. Yep, gonna stay out of that one. Just gonna stay out. That's as far as I'm gonna go with that one. I already have mostly what I want, but black and white Toyota. This would be nice. Yeah, see, I was like, you already have everything. It's like as far as like with vehicles and stuff. I said, okay, I would like to have my own vehicle. So if I want to go somewhere and I don't have any vehicle around, so I could just take off and do what I got to do. Because my husband usually has the truck. But, one vehicle for doing what you got to do. And then where we would like to live, we would have to have a plow truck so we could get in or out of the driveway. So that's a necessity. But, having, 4 or 5 sports cars, come on. I get it. A lot of it's, the man dream. They have that fast car. It's great. But what are you going to do with that? And then you got to pay to have it stored and just make, it's just, you're burning more money than there needs to be. If I went to, I'd probably want the Perch-proof fortress. People might not be religious, but they always joke that God always gets revenge for me. He always has my back. That's you just gotta, you hand it over to him, let him deal with it. I mean, literally, he's a pain in the ass. So karma fits the person. Yeah, it does. So I said he's a shit. Now he's gonna shit. Pay for his own stupidity. Why don't you read something before you stick it in your mouth? Oh my God. Well, how he's gonna spend his day. Oh my God! I just looked at the clock. We're over the 2-hour mark, guys. You know what that means? It's time to start the day. All the fun stuff. Well, somebody's got to do it, right? I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me this morning. Thanks for the support and all the lovely gifts. You guys are so great. And it was a good talk this morning. A little bit of everything there, and nobody got their ass out of joint. And We made Alessio happy. Had to do a little more Alessio before we leave. So there you go. And do what you will with that. I will check out the email, Wobbler, and get back to you on that one. And as always, guys, you have a great day. Um, try not to hurt yourself, Sage. Or we're just going to have to come and wrap you up. Do we have to? No, you could hang out here while I go and do what I got to do. Actually, it's time. Yeah, I got to get something to eat. I haven't eaten yet. I got to take my medicine before Leanne comes looking for me. I get yelled at when I don't take my medicine. And then I got to start the fun. So until then, guys, you have a great day. Don't forget to check out everybody's shows tonight. Bristol is going to be on. So they're probably going to be talking about their experience at 30 East Drive. Justin, I believe, is not going to be on. He's getting ready for a trip. Lucky duck that he is, going to India. And then I'm pretty sure that Boo Productions will be on later as well. So check all of them out. And guys, if you could, please, please, please go check out the new channel I started for the crafting. Please subscribe, become a member, or you can't become a member yet. The membership hasn't started yet. I got to get up to that 1,000. Oh, the long trip to the big number. But I appreciate the support, you guys. As always, you guys are the best. Enjoy your day.